here we are again with Dr. Barbara Swinney live talking to Dr. Michele Wells. I am Dr. Barbara Swinney. I'm a life and holistic leadership coach and coach trainer, founder and CEO of the Deeper Leader Institute, as well as Deeper Women Lead Global. I'm so excited that we've been able to establish this platform for women in leadership to share their stories and strategies for life, love, and leadership, helping women across the world, Dr. Wells, heal, lead, and leverage their stories and strategies for life, love, and leadership. Yes. In 2018, when I wrote my first book and we had our first Deeper Women Speak, we hosted 4 women on the stage. I had absolutely no idea as to what I was doing or what I was getting myself into. But this week, this Friday and Saturday, we're going to host 20 women from the Deeper Women Speak stage. And I am so excited, beside myself, that Dr. Michele Wells will be joining us as she leads one of the sessions. She's one of our featured speakers, actually a keynote speaker. She'll lead one of the sessions and she will do a keynote from the main stage. So welcome to the stage, Dr. Michele Wells.
Woo! Thank you. Honored to be here.
Yes, super excited. Dr. Wells, tell the people a little bit about who Dr. Wells is.
Well, hello, everybody. I am Dr. Michele Wells, and I actually am an educator by training. Well, let me take that back. I'm a social worker by training. I'm an educator of 20 years. I've been in higher education, but my heart is coaching. My heart is coaching women to move beyond their false confidence and get into their bold selves. And that's what we're going to actually talk about this weekend. So you need to make sure that you're there. But I have, as I said, been in higher education for 20 plus years. And so my training, my background has always been about helping people to move forward, helping people to get through the obstacles, helping people to kind of find their way. I do that every day with students, but I love doing that with professional women like myself, because I know for me, when I realized that I was doing good, but the good for me was the enemy of best for me, because my passion and my best is doing this work with we women who need to move forward, who have so much to offer, so much to give. But we may be stuck. We may just kind of be in a rut. We may be in a place of complacency, whatever the case might be. But it's time to move forward. And so I'm here to walk alongside women to do that. So I cannot wait to be there with all the powerful women this weekend, and with the powerful women, not only that will be on the stage, but that will be in the audience too, because we all have that power within us. So anyway, I'm very, very glad to be here. And thank you so much, Dr. Barbara, for the invitation.
Absolutely. Good stuff. Good stuff, Dr. Wells. Dr. Wells, you and I share similar paths. We're both educators, and in our professional lives, it's not that we were doing bad. We actually kill it in our professional world. We are doing an awesome and an amazing job and doing purposeful work. But there's something about being in this space where you know that you're called to do something wider, something greater, something different. People ask me all the time, Dr. Swinney, how do you get it all done? And I'm going to give you that question, Dr. Wells. Mm-hmm. How do you get it all done? You got a 9 to 5 that you have to work, and then you're able to come and work in your academy that you didn't mention yet.
Yeah. Well, I get it. Part of it is sheer passion. And even when the day is done, the 9 to 5 is done, I feel like I have to do this because This is what I love. And so, but it's all for me. I work from my calendar. I work from my calendar. I write everything down and I schedule things in because I don't want to forget anything. And it gives you that sense of accomplishment. So when I finish something, check something off my list, I love it. Like, yes, I got that done. So I just have to schedule it right now because I do have a lot going on with work, with coaching, with family, with church. Yes. And so I feel like this is where God's called me to be for this season.
Mhm, mhm.
And I'm very excited to be in this space. And so I'm not going to waste 1 minute of it. And I take time to rest. I
Yes,
take
yes.
time for self-care. I take time
Mhm.
for, just walking away. But it's a passion. And so that passion says, get it done and
Yes.
let's keep moving forward.
You
Yeah.
know, one of the things that really was a game changer for me, and sometimes we get so busy and we forget, but it was when I got a planner. And I know you can keep everything on your phone now and you can do all of that, but there's something about writing it in a
Mhm.
planner, seeing what you have to do day to day. I do this thing, Dr. Wells, that I call my wow list. It's within 1 week. So, what
Mhm.
is it that I can get done for my long term goal within 1 week? So it's those little tips and strategies that really help you to
Okay.
move forward. Sometimes the work is hard and deep, and sometimes it's as simple as getting a planner and
Mhm.
writing it down, that thing that keeps you moving. And now,
Yes.
Dr. Wells, I know that you've told your story several times on various platforms. What compelled you or resonated with you? Why did you come to the Deeper Women Speak stage? Why did you want to share your story here?
When we talked, I just really felt a connection. I felt
Mhm.
like, as you said, there are some ways that God has designed us in similar ways. Both of us being educators, but also both of us having this strong desire to help women to really express their story and not hang on to the hurts and the things that have or could keep them bound. I
Mhm.
think when we don't tell our story, then our story kind of guides us or
Yes.
guides our life instead of us leading in our lives. And so I think that was the connection for me. And when you said deeper, I was like, that's really what it's all about. I think that's what we're all striving, at least I'm going to say me, or
Yes.
striving for every day, is to make sure that I go deeper so that I show up authentically. I don't want to show up as somebody I'm not. I don't want to try to be somebody I'm not and be in somebody else's lane. I want to show up authentically. And I think that takes going deeper. And so I think that's really what drew me to this platform.
I love it. I love it. I think it was Ralph Waldo Emerson who said, a human's greatest desire is to outdo himself.
Mm-hmm.
And when we're working in the professional realm, and when you're doing the task and duties of a job, you hit a ceiling almost. So after you've learned everything that you can learn about that job, then what do you do?
Mm-hmm.
When you've gotten every degree, because both of us, we have the highest degree in the land, you can't get a degree higher than a
Mm-hmm.
doctoral degree. You can get another one, but you
Yeah.
can't get one higher. After you've done that, you've topped out. So where do you go but deeper? How do you get to another level without getting to another level in you? And I think that's really a part of our evolution. That's a part of
Mm-hmm.
what we're doing here on this earth, is we're constantly evolving into really who we already are. And it's
Really.
us, the work is us discovering that.
Absolutely.
And Dr. Wells, I want you to tell the people, give them a little sneak peek behind the curtains of Dr. Wells' life. What led you to coaching? How did you um, begin to understand that this was the path that you needed to take?
I really, it was my own journey of recognizing that, kind of just what you said. I've gotten to where I wanted to go in my career. There's other
Mhm.
places I could go in my career, but the fulfillment that I get with what I'm doing now does not match is not matched by what I do in my day-to-day work. I do good work, like I
Yes,
said,
yes.
but for me, it was my own recognition that there was something more,
Mhm.
something that was stirring in me, something more that I wanted to do. I knew I was a servant. I knew that I was an encourager. I knew that I'm a mother to younger women, and I'm an encourager to women my age. And so I said, there's something to this. There's
Yes,
something that God wants me to do with this. And when I stepped into it, I felt the stirring in my belly.
yes.
And I still feel the stirring in my belly. And so that's what it was. It was like just me coming to the realization that this is good, but there's something more that's stirring
Mhm.
in you that God has designed you to
Yes,
do. And
yes.
so it was like, step out and do it. Just keep pushing
Mhm.
until God says, don't, you don't push anymore. And I don't know that that's going to happen on this side of heaven. He's going to keep me
Yes,
pushing.
that's right. That's right. My sister asked me one time, "Do you think this is what you're supposed to be doing?" And I said to her, "I believe that this is something that has to be done,
Mhm.
and I believe that I've been the one chosen to do it." So
Absolutely.
you don't always get a choice in following your passion. Once you get on that path and you're in locked in with your purpose, it's like that purpose pulls you, kind of like an oversized dog. It pulls you, and whether you want to go in that direction or not, it's almost like you
Mhm.
have to go in that direction. Or you sit and years will pass, and you look back and you're like, oh my gosh, I know that I should have been doing something different or better or something that's more fulfilling, because I think ultimately we're all just looking for a sense of significance, and you
Mhm.
cannot get a sense of significance from material things. And we think about material things as clothes or cars or house or money, but it really is these jobs, these ideals that we attach ourselves to.
Mhm.
And I
Mhm.
know that in your programs, you deal with, or you work with women that you're trying to really teach to lead themselves in a bold way. Tell
Right.
us a little bit about bold, Dr. Wells.
Absolutely. So breaking through obstacles to lead in your destiny. And
Mhm,
so bold voice is all about helping women kind of walk this path
mhm,
where they are able to identify what has held me back. What are my limiting beliefs? What are my fears? What are the emotions or the hurts, but the wounds I've been living through? So identifying those things, and as we go deeper, really coming to terms with, have I been living through this
mhm.
lens, or have I really been living through or living as God has ordained me to be? And so for them to identify that, and then for them to even go and do their own values inventory. What do
That's
you value? What's important to you? And then their strengths inventory. What strengths do you bring? What gifts do you have?
good.
Because so many times we do things, but
Mhm,
we are disconnected from, you do it because you value this, or you do this because you're gifted to do it.
mhm.
So I want to bring them closer and connect them with who they are,
That's
clarify who
good.
they are. And then the women will develop their own mission statement. What is your life, their life mission statement?
I
And
love it.
as they do that, then begin to work, we will work together for them to develop their life plan. What do you want moving forward, right? What do you want in the next 6 months, the next year, the next 5 years? We need
Mhm.
to take a look at that so we can get our planner, right? And
Yes.
start writing down and doing the, what you said, the, was it the wow,
Do
doing
the right
that.
thing.
What is it going to
In
do?
1 week, what can you
Yeah,
get done?
what's
And
it going to take? Yeah.
Dr. Wells, I don't think we even ask ourselves often, what is it that you really want? And I
Hmm.
know that I do that on a regular basis, even when it's something small. I was facing something with a relative, and I got all in my emotions, and I was about to say, you
Mm,
need to do blah 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 blah. You need to do this, 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 and this. And I said, you know what? What is it that I really want? What
yes.
am I hoping to get out of the situation?
Hmm.
And that just brings you to a sense of clarity like no other thing. And when you can be clear, it's easier for you to make decisions. It's easier for you to say, okay, you can do that, but what you do is not connected to what I need to do for myself.
Hmm.
You can
Absolutely.
really detach yourself from the outcome. You can say, this is what's happening, and then you can not care about what happens.
Yes.
I love it.
Absolutely.
I love it. And that's because you're sure-footed in who you are, and you're just walking and sitting in the authority of who you are.
Right.
Dr. Wells, tell them just a little bit about what you're going to be talking about at the conference.
So at the conference, I'm honored to be able to do a workshop session, and we're gonna, the title of the session is Deeper Women Lead. And
Oh,
so we're going to talk about leading in our lives.
I
What
love
does it take to lead in our lives? You know, we can be the greatest leaders everywhere else, but what about leading our lives? So we're going to talk about that. And then for the keynote, we're going to dig a little deeper into being bold.
I love it.
Breaking through those obstacles to lead in our destiny. So we're going to take that a little deeper. I'll share a little bit more of my story, and take the women on a journey so that they get to the end and recognize, hey, I have something that I need. There's a destiny I need to get to. And
I
so
love
hopefully
it.
we can help them get there. Yeah.
I love it. You know, the other thing that I love about this work and all of the healing, leading, and leveraging, it is it's universal. There's a universal language that's spoken throughout humanity. That language of who am I at my core? What did I come to this earth to do, to be? That's why it doesn't get old because
Hmm.
you can go to sleep to it. Once you stop doing the work, you can go to sleep to it, and then
Hmm.
you can wake up thinking, oh my gosh, like what's happening? How am I over here again? How am I making the same mistakes again? So we
Yeah.
want every woman to come to this conference, Deeper Women Speak, April 28th and 29th, day after tomorrow. It is starting. We're so excited. We're meeting with the speakers tomorrow. We get to see each other. We've been hugging each other virtually. Now we get to actually touch and have some physical touch of real hugs. But we want you ladies to come out to Deeper Women Speak April 28th and 29th. That's Saturday. That's Friday and Saturday at the Westin Atlanta Perimeter North Hotel right here in Atlanta. Go and register at deeperwomenleagueglobal.org. And I'm going to offer you the same thing that I offered the Magic 1075 97.5 audience today. If you register by midnight tonight, if you type in the code MAGIC, MAJIC, you will get a 20% discount. So you need to go over and take advantage of that now because that won't be there tomorrow. So I'm going to close us out, Dr. Michele.
Yes.
Tell them where they can find you if they want to connect with you.
They want to connect with me, they can go to my website, www.drmichelewells.com. I'm also on Facebook at Michele Renee Wells. My whole name is there for a reason. I have to tell you about that
Yes,
sometime, Dr. Sweeney. Or they can even, if they're ready to get started, go ahead and text the word bold
I
to
love it.
859-287-4213. If you're ready to do it now, hey, just text bold for to 859-287-4213 and we will get started.
I love it. I love it. You got to go deeper so you can stand up bold. I love it.
Yes.
Listen, ladies, we're going to sign off now, but we will see you at the conference, Deeper Women Speak, April 28th and 29th. I didn't tell you actually what's happening at the conference, but the 28th, Friday the 28th, we're kicking off with the Deeper Women Brunch and Learn. We're giving out some awards to some phenomenal women that are doing phenomenal work around the globe, literally. We're going to do a brunch and learn, then we're going to take a little break, and then we're going to have some signature feature sessions. We're going to have a word party, investment seminar. We're doing a bracelet bar. We have tons going on. Deeper Conversations with Dr. Barbara Swinney will also be filmed on site. If you want to be a part of that and see what that looks like, you will have the opportunity to do that. We're just excited about all of the things going on. Day 2, we'll have a panel of experts talking about the art and science of healing, leading, and leveraging your story. And my favorite part is we will have 2 women to share their stories in our speaker spotlight for the first time to our audience. So we're so excited about that, and I admire women who are ready to tell their stories and the courage that you have to actually share your story. So
Mm-hmm.
we are excited about that. So ladies, meet us there at the Westin Atlanta Perimeter North Hotel for Deeper Women Speak to hear these 20 powerful women in leadership teach you how to heal, lead, and leverage your stories and strategies for life, love, and leadership. Don't forget, if you register before midnight tonight, type in the code MAJIC in honor of Magic 1075 97.5, and you will get a 20% discount. And with that, we're going to say good night and goodbye. Good night, everybody.